One of the many things that comes through from spending time with DeVon Franklin is how connected he is with his core mission, that core strength that says that he feels he's on this earth to make a difference for God, and he's willing to practice that in everything that he does. His life has not been without its setbacks. I think a very early one was getting rejected from the film school at USC, which was his heart's desire. But that didn't deter him from moving forward and doing the proper applications to get the internship with Will Smith. But here's what's really significant. He said, "Please understand that I take my faith seriously and I honor the Sabbath." And because he was willing to make that statement out front, they said, "No problem." Had he swallowed that, put it behind him, then we would have had a very different person emerge. So that connection to values and mission and core is where everything really starts. In fact, in some ways, the values are like the backbone. That's what holds us up. And when the backbone isn't right and we're not connected with it, it leads to all kinds of pain in other places. So from an early age, DeVon thought a lot about his mission. He was raised in the church. He was raised by people that helped imbue that in him. And clearly, he's been able to follow that throughout whatever he does. His whole goal was to have a faith-based career in entertainment. And that lifelong mission statement is one that he will never fully fulfill, which is absolutely fantastic. I was struck by the simplicity of some of his statements. No one can become successful without mentors. And those mentors don't have to be people that actually sit down with us and spend time face to face. It could be the readings. It could be their blog post. It could be their website. It could be watching them in videos. But it's plugging in with people that can be the right kind of encourager and give us the guidance and insight to help us move in the right directions how we should. Each of our guests has had somewhat different approach to how to deal with the brick walls that life throws at us. But many of them say something that is a bit similar to what we heard from DeVon. And that's, first of all, pause for a moment. Acknowledge how it makes you feel. Absorb and recognize that this hurts. This is not really what we wanted to have. If we don't do that, we go into a sense of denial that moves us in a wrong direction because we have to take a moment just, not really what I was hoping for. But very soon after that, realize, okay, so there's something in this that probably is part of my mission. There's a lesson here. And then to look at the process that got us to that point, evaluate it critically, make changes as necessary, but keep moving through the pain. And that is a theme that he's echoed throughout his life in everything that he does, which is terrific. Avoiding mediocrity. I think he laughed at that one, just saying, "Oh my gosh, I have so much more to do." And that is the humility of being subject to our purpose. And when it is a huge purpose, and his purpose is to make a difference in entertainment, a faith-based difference career in entertainment, my goodness, when could that ever be completed? So he says it's not a problem staying hungry because that's the mission, that's the fulfillment. And this really strikes me because so many of our guests that are people in their seventh decade and their eighth decade kind of laugh at that point about, what do you mean coast? What do you mean avoid mediocrity? I still have so much to do. And I think that's such a profound insight. In fact, whenever we feel like we are totally out of energy, it's almost always because we don't have a clear picture of what needs to be done. And when there's no goal, there's no energy. And so setting that as a front tenet, as a leading point is one of the key things that we need to do, which is so good. Dealing with strong personalities. I decided to ask DeVon that one because, of course, in the entertainment field, particularly at his level, he does deal with mightily strong personalities. He says he thinks about it and he figures out that I'm going to stay true to myself. And what that sometimes means is it's okay for somebody else to be the biggest, most powerful force in the room. It's not going to change those values. And that's really essential. Just as he didn't compromise with the internship opportunity with Will Smith, I get the feeling that he does not compromise even when he's meeting one of the top people worldwide in the entertainment industry, which is so great. He comes back to stay centered, stay focused, really think hard, be a careful evaluator. So he is a practitioner of faith by instilling logic and faith together. When he talked about what you do when you are kind of out of aces and you need to be encouraged, he said, do that cost-benefit analysis. Really be rigid and rigorous in how you do that and realize that the benefit can be something as simple as personal growth, the patience that you're developing from this, and figure that out and then make those decisions accordingly because they're so key. He says, basically, when I need encouragement, I just get centered and say, hey, so what are you actually saying here, God? What are you saying here? Which is so key. His focus on personal success in his daily life, his family life, those are the things that have been foundational to him having the public success that he so completely deserves. So I'm grateful that we had this time to be mentored a bit by DeVon today. I look forward to keeping in touch with him and following some of the things that he has to share at DeVonFranklin.com. So everyone, thank you for being a part of the Action Catalyst, and let's stay true to our own mission and move forward. Dan Moore, thank you.